how can you go about efficiently improving your skills? Is there a way to do this systematically and efficiently? And I think that there is. If you will do these 7 basic assignments that are guaranteed to improve your architectural photography. These assignments are what I give my students at the University of Miami in the School of Architecture. And they're designed to build on one another. And that's why I think it's important to do them in order and follow the directions exactly, because each aspect of the assignment is designed to work on one particular aspect of architectural photography. So the way I think you should approach these is, first of all, I'm giving you videos that we have online to watch or re-watch these videos. Do the assignment thoroughly, plan ahead, process them thoroughly, and then be objective in analyzing your photographs. As soon as you take that photograph, stand aside from it and look at it as if you were the client, and whether or not that photograph does what you want it to do. And if you're not satisfied with the effort, go back and repeat the assignment. Don't move ahead until you have the assignment done as well as you possibly can. So the first one is the signature shot, and here's the video that I have, because it is the single most important photograph of a project. And very often a client will just want the signature shot and that's it. So here are the parameters. You're going to do one signature shot each of 3 different buildings, 1 to 3 story buildings, not higher, and freestanding. Make these on axis only, that is, the horizontals parallel to the picture plane. In the winter months, avoid the north elevations because there's no sun on the north elevation. Show the shape and the proportion of the roof, which means you have to be back far enough to see the whole of the roof and see the ends of the roof. And if you're in a hilly terrain, make sure you see where the base of the building hits the ground plane. Show the entrance, and do this daytime only. Assignment 2 builds on assignment 1. You're going to take one building and you're going to photograph all 4 facades and all 4 corners. And the corners obviously are off-axis shots, and I want you to make sure you look at or revisit how to shoot off-axis architectural photos. So here are the parameters. A completely freestanding building, shoot all 4 facades on axis. One of these is the signature shot. Then shoot all 4 corners, and you're going to have 8 views total. Do this only during the day. And pick a building where you have room to move around, and use a compass to check the orientation, because the building may not exactly be on the true north-south grid. You're going to have to know sunrise and sunset times, because you can't do all 4 facades at the same time of day. Start early and then mark your positions for afternoon photography. Remember, when you shoot 2 facades, you don't put the corner of the building in the center. You use some kind of a proportional system, whether it's a 1:2 or 2:3, to locate where you're going to put the corner of the building. Here's a good example. This is one of my students, Kendall Wellbrook. She shot this little barber shop in Coconut Grove. So here are her 4 facades, and here are 2 of her corners. Assignment 3. This is very important, especially if one of your clients is an urban planner, is to do streetscapes. And I have 3 videos to see, one called Vertical Power, another Memorize These Shapes for Architectural Photography, because in there I talk about the shape for streets. And then again, how to shoot off axis. What you're going to do is do 3 streetscapes. Choose streets with real, genuine fabric and interest, not just one building. The main elevation should be in sun, so consider early morning if you want to avoid traffic and pedestrians. Cars are a problem when you shoot during busy times, so be careful. Shoot off axis using verticals to balance the perspective. Integrate everything into the composition, even the detritus, and you can use your remove tool if there's something that's really horrible there that you need to get rid of. Remember, even in a streetscape where you've got a lot of stuff there, everything is compositional. And again, watch your gear on the street. Concentration is harder to maintain when you're out on the street. Assignment 4 is to shoot a high-rise, and they're particularly difficult. So, but a high-rise, 10 stories or more, you're going to do all 4 elevations. The main elevation on axis, that's the signature shot. If you show one with 2 facades, make sure one of them is dominant. Do these all during the day. Pick your projects carefully so you have enough room to move around. And before you leave to shoot, check the orientation of the building on Google Earth. Again, it might not be truly due north, south, east, west. So make sure before you go out, you know what direction your building is going to face. Assignment number 5, night photography. And have a look at my 5 most important tips for architectural photography at night. And here's how you're going to do this project. You're going to do 1 building, 1 elevation, 4 photographs. A daytime shot, a sunset shot, a twilight shot, and then the evening shot. Now, it's easier to photograph this kind of a sequence with the sun setting behind you or to the side. If you're shooting something and the sun is setting directly in front of you, the building is going to be fine, but the sky is still going to be too bright, and layering very often doesn't give you the result that you want. So I would choose an east elevation for your first attempt, or a west or a south elevation. Assignment 6, this is difficult now, and this will take some time, is to shoot interiors. Check out these videos, Architectural Photography Interiors, the 7 essential steps, lights on for better daylight interior photographs, and I have 5 great artists to study for interiors. And here is your assignment. You're going to take 1 room, and you're going to shoot 4 walls of the same room. One of the views has to show 3 walls. Almost always with a good designer, just like there's a signature shot for an exterior, most often there is a signature shot for interiors. Find that signature shot, and that's your first one that you take. One of the views, I want you to have a window that you can see out of so that you can practice your layering. And you have to be careful in the times of day that you pick. If the light is really blasting in, that's going to be difficult, even with, let's say, Luminar Neo to do. So pick a time when the light balance is manageable. Shoot daylight, incandescent, mixed lighting, doesn't matter, but you're going to do 1 room, all 4 walls. Set the color balance accordingly, set the tables, the shelves, everything. Remember, everything is compositional, and if you can, try to tell some kind of story. This is Angela Wilk, one of my students at the university, and this is a little restaurant. Here are her 4 views. Notice she's on axis for 3 of them. Here's her view out of the window. She can see what's going on out here. This is another building back here. And assignment 7, after you have gone through these first 6, carefully, methodically, meticulously, and you've done them as well as you can, this is what I want you to tackle, because this is what you'll have to do for a client. You're going to photograph 1 building, a complete project, all the elevations, including a signature shot. Photograph the important corners to show the building's volume. Photograph exterior details. Photograph the important interiors, including interior details. Photograph vignettes and still lifes if they're appropriate, and photograph a night view if that's appropriate. Think of this like a book chapter, or perhaps a magazine article, or an architectural or design competition. And what I tell my students is, think about the sequence as carefully as you think about each individual shot. And in your mind, think that no one is going to see this building. They're only going to know it through your photographs. So the photos that you take and the sequence in which you present them is very, very important. There's a video that I have called Sequencing Your Architectural Photographs, and I talk about how important that sequence is. And I find very often the architects haven't thought about that in how they present their work. And that's part of your job as an architectural photographer, is to put that story together, put that sequence together, tell the story for the architect. So if you do these assignments carefully, I guarantee that the quality of your work is going to skyrocket. You will do so much better if you follow these assignments and do them really carefully. It's going to jumpstart your abilities. So if this all makes sense to you and you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe to see all the new videos that are coming up. If you are new, completely new, and want a complete guide to architectural photography and composition, I want to recommend my ebook. I think it's the one book to own that covers all aspects of architectural photography, and at $9.99, I think it's a real bargain. Now, if you would prefer kind of a guided tour through this art, I recommend my Udemy course. Again, Fundamentals of Architectural Photography and Composition. It's an online course. There are 46 lessons with 3 or 4 now new bonus videos, and it will take you right from step 1 all the way through to the end. And again, if you go through that course, I guarantee you, you will come out of it able to photograph confidently architectural photos for a client. I guarantee you that you will find everything that you need to produce quality, professional quality architectural photographs. So thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.